Well, good news is, everyone, looks like the storm is over with and the sun's back out, so that's a huge reliever right there. But there's a problem. What is about to happen here? I'm not liking this at all. Now, all you know the story about me, about my love for reptiles, where it began at a really young age. But if we actually go back, how about we go back a little bit further to when I was young and take you guys on the adventure where really my love for reptiles really expanded. And it's really hard to explain it because, you know, obviously you guys know that Brian is a big reptile mentor of mine, you guys, for the last several years. But before I got even into YouTube, I was like maybe 7-8 years old, and during the early mornings, like on a school day, like before the bus would come over and pick us up, my mom always liked to put on a TV program on Animal Planet called The Crocodile Hunter, which obviously everybody knows who the Crocodile Hunter is, and that would be both Steve and Terry Irwin. And really, Steve was the true person that got me into the animal world, you guys, from the very beginning. Because now, when I was a little kid before that, I did kind of like reptiles, but I wasn't really big into them. But after watching Steve, you know, with showing his passion for wildlife, it really took off for me from there. And I actually, for a while, was obsessed about crocodiles, like any species of crocodilian too. So for several years, I was like a croc expert, you know. But now that I have transitioned to snakes, it's like one of my favorites now. I still love crocodilians actually too, you guys, in all the reptile categories overall. So with that being said, I'm going to tell you guys like where it truly all began. So we'll go ahead and get that started. And I'm not going to lie to you guys either. Steve just really motivated me to become more involved into the reptile world. And it just really blossomed right there on that point on. And it's really amazing for what he has done, you know, because he literally put so much effort into wildlife conservation throughout the world, and it was amazing, you know, because seeing all the old footage, you know, from his show, The Crocodile Hunter, that originally aired on Animal Planet, by the way, and it's kind of funny, you guys, I still watch that show to this day, because it was just Steve's enthusiasm was just so awesome. I don't think there's anybody that comes close to the enthusiasm Steve gave off to the world. And it really motivated me so much, you guys, that even when Steve passed away, millions and millions of people everywhere were devastated by this, because he loved animals so much that he literally put his life at risk for it, you know, because, you know, that's what he did. But he also educated people out there on camera to what to know about these animals, you know, and what the dangers could be, you know, and obviously to let them know to respect them in their natural habitats as well. So with that being said too, I kind of like to do that here on my vlog channel. You guys have probably seen me over the years when I go out, you know, doing herping adventures, you know, I kind of like to show off the animals in their natural habitats too, you know. That's kind of like how I felt. Even my mom, to be honest with you, between you and me, sometimes my mom thinks I'm like Steve Irwin reincarnated, but the truth is I don't feel like that at all. I just feel like myself, you know, because I don't know how I could feel like being the next Steve Irwin. I don't see that happening, you guys, because I'm like right here. Steve was like the sun. He was like the sun, you know, the bright yellow sun. So with that being said, it's just amazing though. But regardless though, I do love what his family has done. His daughter, his son, his wife, they've continued on his legacy for so many years, including his son Robert, by the way, who I follow on Instagram, by the way. He has done so much like his dad did, you know, like educating people, you know, about certain animals, whether it's like snakes or crocodiles. It's just so awesome, you know, to see him do this kind of stuff. So if anybody can also give this message out to Robert, tell him just keep doing, you know, what you love, you know, and keep doing what your dad used to do. And maybe someday I would like to meet him in person too, because really he's just so awesome, and I would love to go maybe on a wildlife adventure with him sometime. But regardless though, if he doesn't get this message, I completely understand. So with that being said, I'm just gonna go ahead and actually probably spend a little quality time with my girl Ariel. Aw, she went into hiding. It's okay, girl, you don't have to come out. Guess all that talking kind of startled her, but I still love her, and she's not really afraid of me. She's just kind of startled by all the noise that goes around her. So whether people thought Steve was awesome and enthusiastic, or some people thought he was a wacko, crazy, and a knucklehead, it didn't really matter though. He really actually loved doing what he did best, was educating people about these wild creatures, and he just really showed the world how unique they are, no matter whether they're scary looking. Steve always wanted to take the risk of actually getting up close to some of the most dangerous animals too, obviously to educate people, to let them know why you should not be messing with some of these dangerous animals in the wilderness too. So with that being said, Steve really admired me for so many years, and I don't think anybody can take that spot unless it could be my friend Brian. So, but regardless though, Steve will always be remembered for many, many generations to come. I never get tired of feeding snakes here at all when it comes to, being a reptile keeper. But at the same time though, I do love a majority of animals, everyone. And, some people always criticize reptile keepers, just like me, on why I feed mice to snakes. The truth is that mice actually provide a good, nutrition source for most snakes, believe it or not. Because most other meals that people feed them, whether in the wild, they don't have much nutrition in them. And since these mice are actually bred in captivity, they actually are designed to actually be more healthy than collecting wild specimens. So regardless, I still enjoy this, even though some people might find it kind of sad, but this is also what they do in the wild too, everybody. This is literally one of their food sources, and we can't really change that. So, and that's why we learned from the movie The Lion King, it's what we call the Great Circle of Life. Check this out, everybody. My girl Ariel finally decided to come out of hiding. So I wanted to actually see what she was up to. Because sometimes when I come up to her enclosure, she's always curious, of what I'm up to. Because actually just yesterday, when I was actually feeding Frosty, my snow corn snake, I set him down right in front of her enclosure right here, because obviously he kind of didn't seem interested in eating in his bin. So I took him out actually, and I very gently kind of offered the meal to him with my hand, and he was so soft about it, you guys. He's not a big eater, he's not, doesn't have this aggressive appetite where some of my other snakes have. So as he was eating it right here on the piece of paper towel here, Ariel, was crawling right at the front end here of the glass, kind of pacing back and forth, figuring out what's going on here, because she kind of probably smelled the mouse that Frosty was eating, and she kind of wanted to come out and actually figure it out what was happening. So unfortunately though, girl, you're not due to eat yet for a few days, but I do appreciate you coming to socialize. So I wonder what she'll do if I open the cage this time. Oh, okay. So far she's not backing off, which is good. Hi. Hey, sweetie. It's okay. You wanna come say hi? Come here, girl. Come here. Wanna come say hello? No? You don't want to? You're just enjoying the view? I never get tired of this, everybody. She's just an absolutely gorgeous snake. I don't know. But she knows that I'm not going to hurt her either, because I'm literally staying calm here. I'm not teasing her, or I'm not trying to hurt. Like I said, I'm not trying to hurt her. I'm just observing her. And she's kind of curious and wondering what this camera is doing in front of her, too. That's probably what's really on her mind. But regardless, though, as long as I don't, shove it completely into her face, though, I think she's going to actually kind of maintain a pretty good distance. But nonetheless, though, I think she's settling into her new terrarium here quite well, everybody. Obviously, there's been some decorations that have made some changes in here, but she's actually figured out her hot spot too at the top right up there. That's her basking spot. And I've seen her bask up there already a few times, so I think it's just absolutely cool that she's finally starting to, settle into her new terrarium. So, like I said, probably within the next week or so, she's gonna finally get a meal in her belly, because she hasn't eaten in almost a month. So, I don't know. I'm just really enjoying this admiring view, everybody. I don't know, but nonetheless, though, tell me what you guys think in the comments about this skyscraper setup. So no matter, like, how successful a lot of people out there, like, big inspiration and people that have a big story with them, you know, there's always going to be people out there that are going to find a way to talk negative about somebody that has done so much good over the years to inspire people to do something positive, you know. And Steve always loved to make positivity out there, you know, and try to share his love for wildlife out there as much as he enjoyed it. And he also wanted to tell people that just because this animal is dangerous does not mean you should go after and kill it. You know, he said it's always best to, if you're afraid of it, it's best to respect it in its natural habitat, you know, because, you know, these animals have been here before us. So with that being said, too, you know, these animals that I have, you know, they've only been around for a few years, but, I mean, if they have, with ancestors, though, they go back to thousands and thousands of years, perhaps millions of years, I should say, and it just shows how much they've barely changed, you know, over the years. So, with that being said, too, I think a lot of people get really judgmental very quickly about somebody before they actually get to know them. And Steve always was kind of judged by some people out there that a lot of people thought what he was doing was going to kill him. And while yes, his death was an accident, a lot of people, you know, some people out there really kind of, I don't know how to explain it, you guys. So regardless, though, Steve, for anybody out there that loves wildlife, Steve Irwin will always be one of the best out there, the greatest out there of all time, no doubt. And he certainly is the best in my book. So with that being said, everybody, I'm gonna go ahead and just wrap this video up because it's getting late out. And also, by the way, we have an ice storm that's supposed to arrive tonight, so I am not looking forward to that. So hopefully we don't lose power, fingers crossed, but I'm not sure. But regardless, though, hopefully you guys are having better weather overnight. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and just shut down this vlog, everybody. But before I do that too, you guys make sure to leave a like, you guys, and also can you do me a favor too and smash that subscribe button for me as well, because I'm literally running and gunning constantly actually shooting this content for you guys. So with that being said, I'll see you all in the next one, hopefully, if this ice storm isn't as bad as some people say it is.